really stood out to me. So you have as many concrete examples as possible to go off of when you leave this call. I'm going to try to keep it short and concise. And with that being said, I will start to go forward. All right. So talking about real life examples, I wanted to show you the first 3 years of my Beachbody business. And this is something that I like to call the resolution effect. The resolution effect takes place January through March. And in my experience, what I have done is I've really had, like I said, the focus intensity the last few months of the year, so that come the new year, when everybody and their mom wants to get healthy and fit all of a sudden, and they're really inspired to change their lives, do something different, they're more likely to jump on board of something like this with coaching, and your business can boom, that you have sort of the funnel built, or your seeds are planted so that as many people as possible end up sprouting at that point, and your business can double, triple even in the first 3 months of the year. And these are real examples of my actual paychecks from the last business week of December to the last business week of March. So literally a 3-month period, and how the income changed. So if you look at the first year, I had been about 6 months into the business, and I was making about $247 a week. Now, let me tell you right now that at 6 months, I had put in at least 60 hours a week, because I'm not going to tell you my whole story or anything. You can look at, Google or whatever. But I had my back against the wall and had to make things happen. And I was spinning my wheels, had no upline coach to help me to figure out the business. So I literally had to fail my way forward and make a lot of stupid mistakes. Now looking back, I'm like, oh, but I know I made them for a reason now. I made them so that I can teach you not to make those mistakes. And it took me a while to build an income that was just $247 a week. And I could have made that as a bartender in one night. So it could be frustrating at times. You can imagine where I was 6 months in. Like, what the heck? I'm putting in all this time, all this effort. Nobody is really committing. All these coaches that I'm signing up, they're just not wanting to do it. I was frustrated, guys, okay? But I was also, on the other end, the happiest I had ever been personally, because I felt like I was starting to change on the inside, and all the things that had shifted in me, that I was actually doing work that I enjoyed, was keeping me afloat, was keeping me pushing forward. Now, 3 months later, I was up to $790 a week. And at that point, I had beat what I used to make as a bartender. So the difference from 6 to 9 months, what a huge jump for someone who is struggling financially, struggling so much that they're like on food stamps, paying, bills just based on which one could go, a little later. It makes a huge difference to go up 220%. So I think about people that are maybe at that same point. Maybe they're making, $100 one week and $200 next week, and they've been in the business 6, 7, 8 months, whatever. How frustrated they must be if they've been putting a lot of time in. But I just think about the fact that what if I would have given up? What if I would have just said, I need to just go back to bartending and say, screw this, because it's just not working. It's not panning out. I show you guys this stuff to show you what is possible with this business, and to show you that you can't give up on this. Like, there's no other business out there that you can put in this type of work early on. In the beginning, you get paid a little to do a lot, and later on, you get paid a lot to do a little. And it's all based on how you impact others, how you start to help them duplicate what you're doing. But there is a learning process. You don't just go jump into a job with no training. There is some training involved in this. Just like going to college. When you're going to college, you're taking these hours, these credit hours, you're not getting paid for it. This business is kind of the same way in the beginning. You have to put in that time so that you can learn the basics and start to build trust with your clientele. But over time, they will start to jump on board with you. So 18 months, same thing happened. And I didn't know if it would happen that year, because I'm like, oh my gosh, to me, $1,256 was a ton of money. And I was super excited about that. But lo and behold, 21 months in, 3 months later, I was up to $3,471 a week. And then next year, I thought, there's no way that's going to happen again. But it did, and it kept growing. And I can tell you, I didn't put future numbers, because that's starting to get a little crazy. but it has continued to do the same kind of trend where you go up a significant amount the first 3 months of the year, and it's all based on your consistency the last few months of the year. And it's a time when it's the hardest to be consistent, right? Because it's easy to be consistent when people are all about it, jumping in like left and right. It's hard to be consistent when everybody is talking about cakes and candies and turkeys and the holiday parties. This is the tough part, but guess what? It's not easy to build a business, and you've got to buckle down if you're serious about this and you want to make it happen. So, I want to talk about how the pros do it, because I have always looked at this business not as a $40, let me sign up and see what happens, let me just throw stuff against the wall and see what sticks. I've always looked at it like, I'm going to treat this like a $100,000 business. If I treat this like I make $100,000 a year, I'm going to ask you, if you treated this, if you would have invested $100,000, would you be treating it differently than you are now? You know, and I would always ask myself that all the time, like, okay, am I treating this like I invested $100,000? And I would make adjustments based on my answer to that question. Is this how a professional would do this business? And I want you guys to check your mail. I don't know about you, but that picture on the left-hand side, that's actually just like 25% of the catalogs I've been sent in the last 3 weeks. I am getting catalogs nonstop, right? So why are they sending me those catalogs? Because they know that they're gearing up for their busiest season. They know that they have to put those things in front of me to start to plant seeds in my mind to show me the products that they have, and I might eventually buy. Now, there's no guarantee. You know, like, they can send me this, and I can just throw it straight in the trash. But they know if they send out enough that they're going to have enough return on people actually deciding to buy products that's going to be worth their investment of planting those seeds with these people. Okay, when you guys were going, let's say early October, and you went to Lowe's, and it's like obviously Halloween season, but you walked into Lowe's and like Christmas stuff's up. You know, like, why do they have Christmas stuff up and we are still a month away from Halloween? People think they're crazy, but the truth is, you get to see, before you're buying, you get to see a preview of what they're going to be offering. And let's say now, after Thanksgiving, when you're thinking about buying a giant Santa Claus blow-up toy for your front yard, you're going to think, oh yeah, I saw that at Lowe's. And you're going to go back to Lowe's and you're going to go buy that Santa Claus blow-up toy because they planted a seed. They are smart. They know that you're not necessarily all buying just yet. There's some of those early birds, and they will jump on it to make sure that they get the products that they want. But for the most part, they know that if they plant enough seeds and enough people see it over a longer period of time, enough people are going to come back to them and buy it from them. You guys have to think the exact same way as these professional marketers. Okay, their top season is for the next pretty much 8 weeks. And definitely, really, 2-3 weeks from now, when Black Friday hits, that's when their season starts. They're all in, and it's gung-ho from there. But they're not waiting until a week before Black Friday to start promoting their products. They're doing it now because they have their skin in the game. They know how important it is to plant seeds to reap a harvest. There will still be stores that don't put this kind of effort into building a marketing plan and getting their stuff out in front of you, and you might even still buy from them. But if you look at the list of magazines, if you can see them, that I'm receiving, it's all the biggest brands out there. Williams-Sonoma, American Girl, Nordstrom, Pottery Barn, Restoration Hardware. These are multi-million, if not billion-dollar companies. They're not there by accident. So you'll see that the top Beachbody coaches, the top ones of this business, they're the most consistent. They're the ones that are putting their message out there all of the time. They're constantly sharing different parts about their life, and they're treating this like a professional. And there's going to be people that don't do that, that in January, they do get some people to join them. But I promise you, it's the ones that were consistent with their message, that were planting those seeds, even when people didn't seem like they were interested, even when people thought they were a little crazy for putting that stuff out there in the holiday season, when people aren't interested in working out. those are the people that are going to have the biggest growth spurt come the new year. And so I want you guys to ask yourself, like, are you treating this like a $100,000 business? Are you treating it like a professional who is out there planting seeds, knowing that the harvest is coming, being confident in the fact that if they plant as many seeds as possible, they're going to reap an even bigger harvest? This is just an example of something that you might put in the holidays. Of course, your message is going to change a little bit than it would normally. You're not going to post the same challenge invite on, November 15th that you will, January 15th, because people are in a different state of mind. You have to think about the state of the mind of those customers. So this was just sort of like, want to rock your skinny jeans for the holidays. I might focus on the fact that people are going to be gathering together with people that they love, and they want to feel confident in their clothes, be in holiday pictures with their family, blah, 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 blah. And I'm going to focus on short term. So notice it says like 3 weeks. I actually think that 3 weeks sounds less than 21 days to me. So I might even just say 3 weeks rather than 21 days, because to me it might sound a little bit shorter. Lose up to 15 pounds. So it's not thinking get in the best shape of my life. It's just thinking, lose some of the weight that maybe you gained over the Halloween season so that you can fit better into your jeans. Simple, foolproof meal plan. Something that's not going to take a lot of time, not going to take a lot of effort. Just focus on the basics. 30-minute workouts and surrounded virtually by women that are doing the same. So that's just something that was a basic thing. I have some more examples, like I said, later. And I talked a little bit about planting seeds in the last slide, and it's super important that you understand that the amount of harvest that you have is based on the amount of seeds being planted. There could be two farmers having, two farms right next door to each other. They have the same soil, and this one plants, let's say, 20 seeds, and this one plants 2,000. They do the exact same thing. And who, of course, is going to have the bigger harvest? The person that had 2,000 seeds. Not because his seeds were better, not because his soil was better, but simply because he planted more seeds. And that is the same thing as you guys growing your network, going to friend requests, a couple new people a day. We're not talking about 10, 20. We're not talking about being a weirdo and spamming people. We're simply talking about each of your friends on your Facebook has their own network of friends. Okay, so you might have 3 maybe mutual friends with Susie, but Susie has a friends list of 500 people. You could easily go on Susie's friends list and find a couple people that look like they are around the same age as you. Maybe they have a daughter the same age as your daughter, or whatever. It could be something that stands out about her that you click on her page, and maybe you can even see her page. You can check her out, see if she seems like a good person, or maybe you go on Susie's page, leave a really nice comment because you haven't talked to her in a while, and then you look at the people that have been commenting on her stuff, and you just click friend request. And the cool thing about Facebook is they make it so easy, because as soon as you friend request one person, a little bar comes up and it says people you may know. And I simply go through that and see if anybody stands out to me. Now, I'm not going friend requesting a bunch of what it looks like single guys, because I'm not looking to find single guys. I'm looking for people that are in my niche market, and if they stand out to me, then I friend request them. If they don't, then I keep moving forward and I find other people. But you don't have to make it this big process, but it's literally the person that is doing that consistently over a year will grow their network by close to 1,000 people, versus the person that does that every once in a while may grow their network by 100 people in the entire year. I have literally gone, the first thing I do just for my personally sponsored coaches, when you say, I don't have anybody, I immediately go check your Facebook, see how many friends you have, and then I go back to figure out when you started as a coach, multiply that by 2, and that's how many friends, new friends, you should have on your list. And most of the time, it is like the times 2 amount is way bigger than your whole entire friends list. And that's because you were inconsistent with that inviting process. And it's so easy to overlook, because it's like, it's one of those tedious things. It's easy to do, it's easy not to do. And I'm telling you, I have seen it in my own personal self. I started Facebook, 146 friends when I started Beachbody. I hated Facebook. I hated sharing my life. I'm introverted. That's not natural for me. I personally can stay in my little turtle shell and hang out by myself, but I've learned that I'm getting paid to do this, guys. That's crazy, and I can find a way out of my little turtle shell to share parts of my life to make a difference in other people's lives. and to go outside my comfort zone to grow so that our family can eat and we can have a life of freedom and a life of design and give that to other people. So there are going to be things in your life and in this business that are not natural to you. They're not always things that you're going to love to do, but you need to weigh it against your why, the thing that you got into this business for, the thing that keeps you up at night, that makes you feel anxious when you think about it. Is it worth getting outside your comfort zone and doing these small, annoying little things if it means that you don't have to have that stress in your life anymore, that you can grow a business that can support your family and help you guys to go on your dream vacations, that kind of stuff. So I always weigh things that make me uncomfortable against my why. Let's see. Oh, don't be upset about the results you didn't get with the work you didn't do. It's a big one. And I know it's kind of like I'm not trying to be in your face, but yeah, I kind of am. I want you guys to take ownership of this because I know the impact this can have on a life. And I've seen it happen not only in my own life, but in thousands of other people on this team. And so I know it's possible for anybody because I've seen people from all walks of life. I've seen, professionals that were making $100,000 a year. Shay is on this call. Come out of the corporate world and into this business and grow a thriving team. I've seen people come out of retail, like Katie Hefner, and come into this business and grow an amazing team. And I've seen people that had multiple DUIs, were struggling with alcoholism, like Lindsay Stay, and come out of this and just kill it and grow this amazing life for herself. And I just know in my heart that this can be anybody. It's possible for anybody, and it doesn't play favorites. It doesn't have a bias. It's simply, do you do the work or do you not? And I want you guys to realize that these little things that you do every day make such a huge difference. Okay, I want to just quickly talk about Disney, because I'm obsessed. If you ever go on my Facebook, we go to Disney probably at least every other month, if not every month. It was a huge deal to me to be able to get my family annual tickets because I love going there. Every time I walk in to Disney World, my brain shuts off and I go into like this little happy bubble. And I love Disney because of the work that they do on the customer service aspect and on the marketing side. And as a business owner, as somebody who is fascinated by that kind of stuff, I just sit there in like awe of Disney. It is ridiculously expensive to go to Disney World, like insane. It's like I think it's like $100 per person a ticket, and then you get in there and the prices are ridiculous and they sell you everything under the moon and they have a bazillion products and they're so good at marketing your children, but yet I so willingly hand over my money and I'm so thankful for all the toys and amazing things that I'm buying. And I leave with a smile on my face. Not even just when we were doing well with Beachbody. Even before that, I just loved going there. Because of the way that they make you feel, because of how good they are at marketing, and the experience that they bring. And I always think about that when I'm talking to my challengers. A lot of people think our products are expensive. They view challenge packs as expensive. They view Shakeology as expensive. And I know if I give them an amazing experience where they feel that they were valued, they feel important, they feel like they didn't just get sold some, potion, got left in the dust. I know that they'll walk away with that same experience that somebody leaves Disney with. That was an investment, sure. But that experience was so amazing. I can't wait to go and tell my friends about it, to be able to have them have that same experience. That's why we're all here, right? As coaches, for the most part, most of us were probably challengers first or customers first. We experienced the products. They started to change our lives. We got so excited about them that we wanted to share them with other people. So we started naturally talking about it. And then bam, all of a sudden we're like, oh, dang, this company's making a lot of money because of me. And then you become a coach. The same thing that Disney talks about is what we need to be doing for our customers and for our coaches, is giving them this experience and showing them how valued they are so that they want to go and then pay that forward to other people. One experience just like popped out to me as I was doing this was this weekend. Lindsay Stay went to Disney with her son and her husband, and underneath the stroller, her son's hat that he's wearing in that picture got stolen, and they went up to the customer service and said something about it, and they immediately, like no questions asked, gave her a new hat for Soren, her son. And it's just like little things like that. I have Busch Gardens versus Disney up there. I actually live like 30 minutes from Busch Gardens. but yet never go there. I go there once in a blue moon if they're having some special event, because I don't get that feeling when I go to Busch Gardens. Like, it's all right park, but it's nothing compared to Disney. And so I constantly think about that. Why I live right by a Walmart, but yet I drive an extra 15 minutes to a Target instead of going to a Walmart. Why? Because the experience is so much better. Even though the prices are more, everything, I will go above and beyond to get to that Target instead of going to a Walmart. Same thing with Nordstrom. I drive 35 minutes to get to a Nordstrom rather than driving 5-10 minutes to a mall that is by my house to go to a Dillard's or a Macy's, because of the way that they treat me and make me feel. Even though the products are more expensive, I don't care. I want that experience. And so I'm always asking myself, like, am I a Walmart or am I a Target? Am I a Dillard's or am I, or a JCPenney or whatever, or am I a Nordstrom? Am I somebody who takes care of their customers, or am that key, or like when I'm selling people, am I somebody who suggests things, or am I somebody who is like a kiosk person who's constantly like trying to throw stuff at you and you're trying to ignore them? Ignore them, like life itself is depending on it, with your cell phone down, like, oh, please don't talk to me. Don't be those salespeople. Ask yourself, which one are you? Another thing that they do really, really well is they plan with their marketing. This is an example of their schedule for releases for movies for the next 2 years. They have this all lined out, right? All of their movies that are coming out. And the crazy thing about it, and the perfect thing about it, is that they don't like just come out with a movie and then put out the merchandise. Oh, no, no. Please, any of you moms or dads out there know that you go to the store and before the movie even comes out, they've got all the products out. Your kids already want it. They've never seen the movie in their life, but yet they're dying to have every single product that is associated with this movie. That's how good they are at marketing. My daughter could look at this little poster right here with the dinosaur, and she knows the movie name. Has no movie name on the poster. My child didn't even read, but she knew every name to every person, every song, every song lyric, everything. They market so brilliantly because they plant those seeds ahead of time. They build up the excitement and the anticipation for this amazing thing that's coming. And they constantly put that out there and put feelers out there the same way that you guys should be doing with the things that you have to offer. And Beachbody does a pretty good job of that. They always plant seeds with us. They always tell us about products before they come out to build excitement. They have test groups and show results, and we all get all antsy, like, I can't wait to try hammer and chisel, and that's what we need to do for our customers and our audience and our coaches as well. We need to be just as good as Beachbody or Disney is with sharing and building excitement around the products and things that we're going to be doing, whether that be a specific product launch like hammer and chisel, or whether it be something, to be excited about some funny challenger group you're going to do. I've heard people doing like zombie apocalypse, right? Yeah. And then I did a sexy Santa challenge and made it fun, and there was a little competition, and just do all kinds of silly things to make it and build excitement around something. You're basically taking something old and creating it new and fresh again. And so many companies have to do that throughout the year. You guys do have to as well. Yes, cafe Shakeology, which I tried, which was actually amazing, and I don't even like coffee, so just say that because I'm excited about it. Some things that I learned from being a bartender. So as I said before this, I was a bartender, and I was actually very good at it because I realized around being a bartender that I could find common ground with anybody. As a bartender, you actually get to see every walk of life. It's actually very good good business training leading up to something like this. You learn to work with all kinds of different people and personality types and things like that. My job as a bartender is not just to serve drinks, though some people might say that my job is to serve drinks. I viewed it as something more than that. I viewed it as building relationships. And I knew that I could either get tipped $1 on each drink that I did, which obviously takes a lot more drinks, or build a really great reputation with some of my great customers and have them come back to me, and they tip a lot bigger. They bring in friends to see me. We have regulars in our business, and our real income in bartending is built off of our regulars, having people come in specifically to see you, they tip bigger, and they bring friends. So the thing is, you have to do the exact same thing, exactly, hairstylists the same way, the exact same thing as a coach. You've got to take a little extra time to get to know someone, find common ground with them by forming them, which is, asking about their family, asking about their occupation, what they do for fun, recreation. And once you get all of that, you take the bits and pieces that you learn from them and you create your message around what you know about them, your common ground. And once you do that, you make people feel important. It makes them feel like you took the time to get to know them and to figure out how you could fit in what you do into their life, to find their issues or problems and provide solutions, rather than just throwing up all over them with whatever information you think might be pertinent in the conversation. Going above people's expectations. So a big thing that I always talked about in bartending was under-promise and over-deliver. Always set expectations so that you can meet and exceed them. It's really important. So what do people expect with a bartender? They expect, to order their drink, to, in a timely manner, get their drink back and it be correct, right? That's about it. But when I took the extra time to ask them questions about what they like, maybe they didn't know what they wanted to drink, and I could ask them, do you like fruity better, or, do you like frozen drinks, or which, is there a certain liquor that you like? I can maybe figure out something that would be best for you, or I can give you a couple samples of something that I really like. That extra going above and beyond what they expect starts to build that relationship with them, and they think, she's a really good bartender. I didn't do much, but I just went a little bit above their expectations, and therefore I have now built rapport with them. The same thing goes for our business. What people expect from you is not very much. Probably get a product suggestion or get a link, go into a challenge group, some random posts, that's about it. But when you actually take some time to get to know them, when you actually go out of your way to check up on them or whatever, you start to go above their expectations and you start to blow them away. It's very important that you do that as a coach, because it starts to build rapport. It starts to build the trust that these people need to not only stick with you, but to refer other people to you. Number 3, consider their wants, needs, and concerns before you start to share with them. Once you do, ask questions and share info that helps them make their decision. So I put a couple pictures down here because these are some of the things that people are probably thinking about right now. The first one in the bottom middle is, you can't really tell, but it's a big feast. People just don't want to miss out. Like, they don't want to miss out, this is me included, on the deliciousness of the holidays. Of course, we all love big Thanksgiving meals, and we even love the leftovers the day after. And we love, going to holiday parties and indulging in a little bit, having a few drinks. And we don't want to miss out on the socializing, fun aspect of the holidays. And so in you guys' message, you have to figure out ways to share that you don't have to give up everything to be a part of this challenge. But what you don't want to do is spend the next 60 days indulging so that you feel like crap. And you don't even want to go to those holiday parties because you don't want to be seen by the people that haven't seen you in a year, because you feel bad. I know personally that if I heard a message like, hey, what if I told you for the next 3 weeks I could help you lose 10 or 15 pounds and you wouldn't have to miss out on feasting and Thanksgiving or a holiday party or two, but you'd be able to actually do those things and feel confident when you got there. Would you be interested? I would be. Heck yeah, I want to feel confident at parties, but I also want to eat. So I'm always thinking about that when I'm talking to my customers, because I talk to them like they're me. I talk to them like they're my best friend. Things that I know that they're thinking about, and I address those things publicly. I address the feeling confident in their clothes kind of in that post. Or just simply like extra money for Christmas. How many of you guys are a little bit like stressed out because you don't know if you're gonna have the money for Christmas, that it's expensive to go out and buy presents, and there's sort of this feeling of like you have to buy for this person, or is this person gonna think you cheat them out on this present if you don't go above and beyond, or whatever. I don't know if I could repeat it if I tried, but I probably have something similar in the example that I sent you guys. Let's see here. So kind of a perfect storm is that we live in a peer-to-peer marketing world. So I just want to ask you guys, like, how many of you guys use, when you want to go to a restaurant or when you want to check out a hotel or do really anything at this point, go to either Google reviews or Yelp or TripAdvisor or one of those kind of websites to look at reviews before you decide if it's worthy of you attending, right? We all do, because we want to know, is it legitimately good? Of course the person that owns the place is going to say it's good, but we want to see actual reviews of like, is this legit? And do I want to go here? And that's why we always ask our friends their opinions on Facebook and things like that. We want to know what movies we should see. We want to know what products we should try. We want to know what restaurants we should eat at. You know, just for instance, I posted this little screenshot of my daughter. I posted a video of her on this little, if you can see it, this little scooter thing that we bought. And I'm pretty sure that we have sold many of these scooters since we started posting videos of ours, because people are fascinated by the scooter and they can actually ask us, is it legit? Does it work? How long does the battery last? You know, do you think this person can do it? Could I do it? How long did it take you to get good at it? And all of a sudden, people are starting to build a trust that this product is going to be great. And for us as coaches, we have to do the same with multiple different things. Not only our products, but we have to get our customers to give referrals or testimonials about the products that are, you know, real and legit. We have to also suggest other things. I use my social media to become someone who's not just a seller of my products, but a seller of all products that I think are awesome. Because let's say I am recommending this movie that I saw that really brought me to tears, changed my life. Those people go see the movie. It brings them to tears, helps them change their life. Bam, trust is built. I recommended a good product. Or let's say somebody asks me what face products I use, and I go and write up a blog and I share my face products, and then they go and try, you know, one or two of those products. They're awesome. Bam, those people are building rapport, that I'm trustworthy, that I have good recommendations. So then when I go to share about the fact that I am drained one day and I'm drinking this orange greeny stuff and it's called Energize, and they want to know about it, I say, actually, it's really, really good. I use it before my workouts, or sometimes I honestly just drink it while I'm at my computer desk to get my day going, because I'm not really a big coffee drinker. They're more likely to purchase that product because of my suggestion, because I'm known for suggesting all kinds of things. So build yourself not as just a poster of Beachbody, but as somebody who shares all kinds of things that you like and that you know work and that are great recommendations. You kind of become your own little Yelp, TripAdvisor, Google. It's called, gosh, I don't remember the name. I will write it down later. It's on Amazon though. Oh, the drink. It's not a Segway, but it's, oh gosh, Cool Reel, I think. Cool Reel on Amazon. Okay. I just want you guys to know that you have solutions to give. You are not people that are selling things. You are providing solutions. So these are the top 10 resolutions. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this, but these are the top 10 New Year's resolutions that people have. So help others, get organized, learn something new, get out of debt, more family time, enjoy life more, quit smoking, lose weight, quit drinking. All right, no, quit drinking. Yeah, it is on there. Exercise. How many of those things do we actually do or have the ability to provide a solution for? These are things people are saying, I want to do these things, and we actually have the solution to be able to give them, to put them on track to do those things, to have them achieve their goals, which is our whole motto of this company: help people achieve their goals to lead healthy and fulfilling lives. That's the motto of this company. And so your job is to help people achieve their goals to lead healthy and fulfilling lives. They're saying that these are the things that they want to do. So it's your responsibility to tell them how they can do it, because you have a solution that they want to know about. You wouldn't even second guess yourself if somebody told you that they really wanted to do, you know, have a hair product that helps volumize their hair because they're losing some, and you knew of a great one. You wouldn't even think twice to share that product. But for some reason, because we're coaches and we're afraid what people are going to think, or they're going to think we're salespeople, we're trying to scam them, that we hold back from sharing what we have to give. We have a ton to offer, not just actually in the health and fitness realm, but even beyond that, which I feel is like a bigger life changer, is not just the financial aspect, but the aspect of being surrounded by people who are all living their life's passion, who are all positive, and are doing something about the life that they want. They are going after life. I spent my entire 25 years before Beachbody wondering if I was the only person out there that wanted more than just retirement on the beach with a Corona at like 65 years old with hopefully enough money to get me until the day I die. That just never was my plan. And I couldn't understand why everybody was okay with that. I finally found this group that gets me, that has that same dream, that they want their life to count for something. They don't want to wait till retire to live. They want to live when they're healthy and they're fit and they feel good and they have kids that they can have experiences with. They want to live their life by design, and to offer that kind of, group to your friends is a huge blessing. And honestly, even if Beachbody took away all the income, just being surrounded by people like you guys would be enough for me to want to stay a part of Beachbody. It is different and it's special, and it's something that I feel honored to be able to give people because it's one of the best things that's ever happened to me. Oh, you guys are posting. See, I'm telling you. What did I tell you guys about this world that we're living in? Once we see somebody like something, we want it, So you guys have to post about the same thing with your Beachbody stuff because it's just as awesome as my cool real thing. Second job stats, and I'm getting to the end, so stick with me here. The job stats that I looked up on Google, 1 in 5 people plan to get a second job to afford the holidays. And after polling 2,200 people, 45% of them said that they would struggle to afford gifts this year. So the people that are going to get these second jobs, most of the time they are jobs in retail, they're jobs doing serving, babysitting. Some people even dress up like elves and work at the Christmas thing in the mall, which Lord help me, I would never survive. But, these are jobs that you have to kind of be at the beck and call of these places. They want you on the weekends. You're going to work on Thanksgiving. You're going to work on the weekends. You're going to work during the busiest times, Black Friday, all that kind of stuff. You're going to have to be there and have a flexible schedule to get those jobs. And most of them are, around minimum wage, maybe a little bit above that. There's not going to be a lot of flexibility. And at the end of the day, it's only temporary. It's going to be a Band-Aid on something that is obviously an issue, because if you're doing something that's not providing you enough income to have enough to be able to, spend a little bit at Christmas time, who wants to continue to play that game every year? Like, to next year, get another second job. The next year, get another second job. If you want to get out of a situation where that has been your life, you've got to do something different that provides you different results. The whole definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. So if what you've done so far has gotten you where you are today, where you need a second job and extra money, you probably should do something different that's going to provide you different results. The thing with Beachbody is you have a solution. This whole example of I love the picture below. I'm actually probably going to use it because I made it today, and I like it because it's just a girl. That's me at home, sitting on my laptop, working and that's legitimately pretty much what I'm wearing right now. And it looks comfy and it looks fun to be there in my house. Or the picture above is somebody who has a newer child that, a lot of these people, to go and get a second job, you've got to find somebody to babysit your children unless you're the babysitter. And that takes money. So it's like a wish-wash and you kind of feel stuck. And so you guys have the ability to show people that, hey, I'm actually going to be going into my busiest season after the holidays, and I'm looking to train some people in November to prepare them to run their own challenge groups come December and January. There is not a lot of money to be put into the thing to get started. Even $40 would be worth it. But you would be able to, with a couple challenge packs, not only earn your money back, but to cover your presents that you would need to bless your family with a great Christmas. And then beyond that, you're running into the busiest time of year, and the next 3 months can blow up. So it's not just a temporary fix, it's something that can be a long-term success for your business. Okay, almost done. I had this aha moment. We had our leadership event in October, and Brigitte Linford, who is on our team and is amazing, got on and shared about how she was in kindergarten and her teacher asked the kids to explain how to make a peanut butter jelly sandwich. And they quickly said, oh, you take a piece of bread, and on one piece of bread you spread jelly, on the other piece of bread you spread peanut butter, and then you smash it together, and then you're done. And the teacher went on to say, basically, that they didn't say specifically enough to open the jar, and how much jelly do you take out, and how much peanut butter do you spread, and how do you spread it, and then what do you do. They didn't give specific enough directions. They just gave very broad directions. And I think a lot of times we are very guilty of that, both in talking to our customers and talking to our coaches. Myself included, it's something that I'm working on, especially with my coaches, is that I want to break it down even further. I don't want to assume that they know all the little details that go into that. So even when it seems basic, it seems like it's common knowledge to you, or like especially in our own little Beachbody bubble where we go to challenge groups and 21-day fix and Shakeology and all these terms, and PV and TV if you're a Beachbody coach and you're explaining to your coaches, and the coach online office, and graphical genealogy and things like that. We need to make sure that we're breaking it down and making sure we're not assuming people know things they don't know. So you gotta think like an outsider. And this was two different posts. One is a 21-day fix post. It says, if I could provide you with a 21-day workout program that includes simple nutrition plan that helps with portion control and knowing exactly what to eat, and you could lose 10 pounds in 21 days, would you be interested? Or Bonnie's cute little description of Shakeology. Shakeology, when you need something more than coffee but less than crack, that acts like a salad but tastes like cake. Lifesaver, game changer, and healthy too, addicted. That is a seed planted about Shakeology. It's a great explanation of what it is without getting into the nitty gritty of like, well, there's 70 different ingredients, and there's phytonutrients, and there's this and there's that, when you don't really know what you're talking about. And they don't either. So it gives you an explanation that is short, sweet, funny, and it's not obnoxious. It makes people laugh, makes them feel something. My biggest thing when I'm talking to people on social media is I assume people are living their lives and that they are going through the motions, like I did for many years. And my job is to make them feel something. And I don't care if that is hope. I don't care if that is that they laugh a little bit, that they feel sad and they want to shake themselves out of a current situation, that they feel happy, that they whatever. And just any kind of emotion, I want to evoke that out of people by sharing stories, by showing different things that make me laugh, by sharing aha moments that I get through personal development. This is my goal in talking to my audience, how I'm able to stand out. These are some other examples. Terms in your invite. Create scarcity. I'm selecting 3 women. That shows people that you're not just going to take any and everyone forever and always. You need to make the decision now. This will make people jump on the bandwagon and actually send you the message or fill out the application or post interested below your post, because they're thinking, shoot, she's only selecting 3 people. I got to do it now. Put a time limit on it. By Friday, January 2nd, or by Friday, November 5th, whatever that date would be. Who you're looking for. Be specific about this. Don't just say, I'm looking for anyone. Busy moms looking to put themselves back in the picture in the new year. Or busy moms looking to put themselves back in the holiday pictures and feel confident with their family this year. Speak in non-Beachbody terms. Don't assume people know what a challenge group is. Challenge group could be instead online accountability group right here on Facebook. They might think it's something that you actually have to meet up for. A lot of people would ask me, oh, I wish I lived in Florida, or I wish I lived in Tampa because I'd love to be part of your challenge group. It's like, no. I have people on the other side of the country in my challenge groups, people in Canada in my challenge groups. So let them know that by sharing in non-Beachbody terms. 21-day fix, an at-home fitness program that comes with an easy-to-follow portion control system to take the guesswork out of things. Shakeology, nutrient-dense meal replacement shake packed with all the nutrients your body needs to squash cravings, increase natural energy, aid in digestion, and help you shed unwanted pounds and keep them off. Tell them what to do next. For more details, like or comment below, or want to be considered, post your email below, or apply here to be considered. Include a Woohoo application, which if you go to woohoo.com, you can create little applications. And basically the reason why I started to do applications years back was because I realized in life, anything that was ever important, we pretty much had to apply for. Like we applied for a job, we applied for college. These are things that for some reason, we're just used to applying for things that are important. And so I thought, what if I started making people apply for my challenge groups or apply to be a coach? What would they do? And it was like a much better response because I felt like they thought, well, I hope I get picked, rather than I ain't going for that scam, you know? So people tend to respond better to the application sometimes. Sometimes they're too lazy. And so, and especially this time of year, you might just want to put interested below and I'll send you the details, you know, something simple like that. And then for my email system, I use a thing called MailChimp, and I think it's like up to 2,000 email contacts. It's actually free. Awesome. You can use all kinds of templates so you can keep in touch with your coaches, you can keep in touch with your customers. It's such an easy process, and you can even put them on automated emails to where you can send like a monthly newsletter or just to kind of check up with them little by little, just the same way that so many companies have you guys sign up for emails for their companies. They can remind you when they're having a sale or remind you when a new product's coming out. It's the same thing you want to do with your customers or your coaches. So that's MailChimp. I created a team website for our team a while back, and I want to share it with you guys because I know that sometimes these things are harder to communicate because our team's so big. It's thebombshelldynasty.com, and the password is dream big, one word, all lowercase. It literally hosts all of our team call recordings, groups for guides, manuals, tips from all the top coaches. There is a challenge group manual in there that has this exact thing, the key terms for your invite. In there has step-by-step through invite process, everything. I try to put everything that I do for my coaches into that so that you guys can take it and duplicate it. That's what this business is all about, is making things easier for the people that come after you than it was for you. You always stay in that state as you grow your business, that you make things better than what we give you. I want you guys to so improve upon what we do and share like rivers. That's why we are the way we are. That's why we'll continue to grow, is if we all become and remain those rivers and share. Let's see, yeah. This is just an example or an idea that someone else came up with, actually, Chelsea Pearson, about using this to sort of lead up to the release of Hammer and Chisel. These are all programs that are available on Beachbody On Demand. And it's basically a hybrid schedule to prepare your body to be ready to do Hammer and Chisel, which is more of an advanced program. And this is something that I would suggest for people who maybe are not ready to buy a challenge pack, they just don't have money right now. You could get them to sign up for Beachbody On Demand, and it's, what is it, $38.88 every quarter. So for $38.88, they get access to all these different programs. It's going to give them awesome results. They follow the schedule. You can even do a little challenge group that's or like a free group that's open for all of the people to join that are just Beachbody On Demand members, and it's a small price to pay versus the $140+ of the challenge pack. And it's something, and they can sign up for free for 30 days, yeah. So they can actually use this for the 30 days and not have to pay anything, and then after that month, get charged the $38.88 every quarter. So Beachbody On Demand is just one of those ways that you guys can earn a little bit of extra commission. It's not a ton, but you never know. I don't want you guys to get so caught up in the short-term thinking of, I lost a sale. When that person who, let's say, gets this 30-day free membership, could get awesome results, finally be ready to change your life, ends up inspiring a ton of people, becomes a coach, all of a sudden they're running their own challenge groups, they're killing it, they're become one of your top coaches, all of a sudden they are a Star Diamond coach, running all kinds of volume for your team. You're making, hundreds of dollars off this person that you would have lost out on if you wouldn't have given them a shot at something when they couldn't afford, the full challenge pack back in the day. So don't undermine the people who can't afford things right now. Give them other options so that they can still be a part of the community and eventually, hopefully, see the light and become coaches themselves because they end up inspiring other people. And last but not least, this is a little mock calendar that I made for you guys. You can screenshot it, or I will post it in the team website. And it's basically just sort of an overview of what I would probably be doing, or what I will be doing over the next 30 days. Right now I'm doing a 30 days of thankfulness thing, and the hashtag for it is #BeThankful. And I invite any of you guys to do it with me. I'm just going to be sharing one thing a day that I'm thankful for. And I'm also using it as an opportunity to share different parts of my story. So it's not just, hey, I'm thankful for grandma, hey, I'm thankful for blah, blah, blah. I'm finding different parts about my story that I'm going to be sharing, or people that I really want to recognize that maybe sometimes I haven't had the chance to recognize, because you kind of share like, little snippets of your story. And it's going to allow me to be able to share different pieces of my story with people for 30 days. And also, promote some people that have really made a difference in my life and that I really, truly am thankful for. And it kind of gives you something to post about once a day. So we always say post 3 times a day. This gives you 1 of the 3 taken care of. You do your workout, your personal development, there's 2 and 3, and bam, you're good. I also put in this little calendar maybe some different ideas that you could be sharing about on each of the days. Transformation Tuesday, easy to cover one of your posts for that day. It can be something about somebody who inspires you by their transformation. It could be one of your own customers. It could be your own transformation. Keeping public accountability is awesome, an awesome way to build trust. A Throwback Thursday is sharing like a little snippet of your life. For me, a Throwback Thursday didn't always have to be just a picture. It can be a story, a defining moment in your life, so people get to know more of like a 3D version of you, what it looks like to be you, and they will connect the different parts of your life that they might not otherwise know about. I quote all the little star things are me promoting something. So instead of just always promoting everything, I usually take like little chunks of the month, maybe 7 to 10 day periods to promote whatever I'm promoting at that time. So right now I'm promoting for a challenge group. After that, I'm promoting for a sneak peek. That will lead me to promoting the Black Friday deals that we start the week of Thanksgiving. And then after that, I'll be promoting Hammer and Chisel and getting right into that launch. And there's going to be little things that I'll plant along the way. I only have so much space in these little bubbles. But this is just sort of an idea, an overview of what a month looks like to me as I've started to plan things out and making the most of every opportunity and every single day to plant seeds so that I do have this harvest come even December, January, February, and March, so that you can continue to pay this forward to other people. And putting it in front of people is not spamming them. It's not selling them stuff they don't need. It's providing solutions. And you just never know that by you taking a leap outside your comfort zone and talking to one person, how it might change their life completely. There's somebody out there that needs exactly what you have and has no idea what coaching is, and you might be the only person they'll ever come across that will ever tell them about it, and it could seriously change their life. So please don't underestimate that, because I think about people like Shay, or people like me, or people like Lindsay Stay, or Becca, or Bonnie, and all these people that could have gone without knowing about Beachbody, that thank goodness we kept going, and that we keep talking about this, and that we keep paying this forward, because I believe the best is yet to come. There are going to be thousands and thousands and thousands of people out there next year that are waiting for this opportunity to land in their life. You guys have to be brave enough, though, to put it out in front of them. So anyway, I appreciate y'all being on. It was exactly an hour. What? And I'm really, really pumped to close this year out strong. It's been our biggest year yet, and I'm so incredibly proud, so incredibly thankful. You guys are my thankful for the day, just so you know, to be a part of this team with you, to be a part of this family. You constantly blow me away, and I just could not feel more blessed. So have an incredible night, and I will see you guys again soon.